I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Shooting Plink. Today we're not going to be shooting. I'm going to be talking to you about the Umarex Fusion 2 and how to load the CO2 and also how to load the cartridges, or I should say the magazines. So first I'm going to show you how to load the CO2. Now you can do it two ways with this gun. You can use an 88 gram if you want, or you can use two 12s. And how you use the two 12s is with this adapter. Now this, I'll take it all apart so that you can see the parts with this. This is the top part, the cap. It takes a bit, there it is. It's got an O-ring on it, as you can see right there. And up here, I'll take this off, this is a rubber cap. This is the relief valve, right up here. Now, what you do is you have that completely unscrewed. In fact, I'm going to leave this cap off. But you have this completely unscrewed so that you put this down, and this, once you screw it down, it will pierce the two cartridges. And I'll show you how you load those. First, this is the adapter. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to screw this adapter in here. It goes right down in. Now that's where, I'll show you this, that's where you'd put an 88 if you wanted it. But this goes in the place of it. It's got long threads. In fact, if you want, you could have put a drop of oil in here, which I'll be showing you we're going to be doing anyway. Now, we got that in there good. And this will even screw it down tighter once we get it in there. Now what we want to do is we want to put our CO2 cartridges in. And I'm using Umarex. Get a couple of those out because it takes two. Put those aside. And here's the Rws Oil. Now I'm going to put this in a couple of places. One is right here, put a drop right on the front of that CO2 cartridge, and then you slide that right down in like that. Goes in nose first. Now this one will go just the opposite direction, and we'll put a drop on that. And put that down in like that. Now, here's your cap. And we'll put a drop of oil on that O-ring. There we go. Couldn't get it out. And we'll screw this in there. Now push it down in just a little bit. It has to go past that O-ring or it won't grab the threads. And this takes a bit too. Don't use this yet. This relief valve will be used later. Like I said, it takes a little bit here to get this down in here, because they are long threads. Once it's down, make sure that you're tightening two things now. You're tightening this and you're also tightening this in better. Now what we want to do is pierce both of those cartridges. The one that went down, the one that's up. And we do that by using this valve, and make sure it's in there tight enough, because it has to do both of them or you'll only be using one cartridge. Now you can put your cap on, and there's a little slot. You can see that in there. Put that down on there like that, and maybe give it a little bit, but it didn't need it. So now it's ready to shoot, but not quite yet, because you have to load your ammo, right? And this is a magazine, a little bit different than some of them that you see, because a lot of these magazines are round. This is a little bit different, but very, very easy to load. I'm using RWS hobby pellets. Put that down or I'll have pellets all over the ground. Now, there's a little wheel right over here. See that? See it on the side? There? Okay. and you want to, that's a clear side. You want to load your pellets into that clear side. So you put your first one in. You don't have to do anything like some of them where you got to take the thing, go all the way back around and all that. You don't have to do that with this one. Put your pellet straight down, just like that, and go to the next hole. Drop it in and just turn it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just taking that wheel right there. Each time I'm just turning it. Make sure your pellet's down in, of course. And that one I didn't. There we go. So I said, make sure your pellet is in there, and also make sure you're loading them the right way. Goes in just like that. Turn it. In. Turn it. Each time you got to clamp down and hold it, naturally, you know. And it takes 9 rounds, by the way. You know, a lot of them are 10 rounds, some of them are 12. This one's a 9. A little bit different. Why? I don't know. But that's what it is. And there's our 9th pellet. Now, it was that easy. There they are. All 9 pellets. That's all there is to it. Now, when you go to load it, you got a bolt on this. Make sure your safety's on. Pull your bolt back so that it will go in. And make sure that the clear plastic is facing you. And there's a little ridge there, and you'll notice this little notch right down here. Okay, that goes right over the top of that area there and goes down in and fits in just like that. Okay. You can see that side. Now that we've got it loaded and the bolt pushed forward, it's ready to shoot, except for the safety. I definitely want to remind you about that. Keep that safety on. And then you just push it up to fire. We're not going to be doing any shooting today. So that's it. That's how you load it. This is the thing that I had a lot of questions on. And once you're firing this, by the way, before we forget this, if your CO2 gets low, and you know it's at it, you're just not hitting any more good, then this is the relief valve, and all you got to do is unscrew that. I'm not going to do that because I've got 2 new cartridges in here. You just unscrew that, relief, whatever you've got in there, and then just take your cap off and get your CO2 cartridges out. Now, here's the thing that can happen, and I can't show you now. Because you are tightening this so tight, this bottom one sometimes gets a little bit caught. I mean, it'll get stuck just over the thing. Well, take the gun, put it up like this. I always hate doing this because of the scope adjustment, but take something like maybe a rubber mallet and pop it onto that. Or if you have to, and probably the best way is just to remove the whole cylinder and just bump it. It doesn't take much to get it out, but sometimes they will get caught. So I want to tell you ahead of time that that's something you just might have to do. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.